the lake police, this is what we're calling them, had to pull over Jared and friends on a boat.
Yeah, what made it even better, it was I kind of rented a boat last minute from an AML, so that's nice. And the boat, I think brand new, was $200,000.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah.
And they let you drive it?
That's what everyone on the boat's like, this guy just let you borrow. I said, well, we paid for it, not a lot.
Yeah.
It was a good deal.
Because you rented, but...
We rented from him, but it was
What
like...
happens if you crashed it?
Yeah.
He was like, hey, but he said, anything goes wrong, you just pay for it, right? I'm like, wait, what? Like a dent? And so I was like, I am the only... Me and one other guy, I said, I'm the only one that's going to be driving it. He didn't. The guy said anyone could drive it.
But
I
has
was
he
like,
seen your driving record?
Yeah.
Has he seen you drive physically with your little short arms?
No, he has not.
Okay, that's
He has
probably for
not.
the best.
Well, the good news is we know that Jared wasn't drinking.
That's
That's
true.
true.
Yeah.
Yes.
That is true.
Did you have to provide like a proof of a boat license or anything to do
No,
this?
we learned on the air that if you're over a certain age, you're grandfathered in.
Word.
Oh yeah,
That's right. I forgot. Yeah, because we were shocked.
Yeah, you didn't have to have a previous license. If you're over like 32, or I can't remember the age, you don't have to get the boat license. If you're under, you have to.
So weird. This world we live in is insane.
understand
Like, you cannot rent a car until you're 25 and show, I don't know, every piece of certificate that you've exist ever. But then you can just drive a boat willy-nilly if you're 30.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's weird
it's
to me.
weird.
It's so weird.
But we had a great time. Epic, as I put on Facebook.
Epic.
We saw that.
Yeah.
Epic.
It was a lot of fun. And, of course, I'm the only one not drinking. And there was 6 of us, supposed to be 8. Squid backed out last minute. No surprise there.
He'd rather not.
He'd rather not. But we had a great time. And we're heading back. We've, done all the different stuff, tubing and,
Laying out.
We docked our boat in a cove.
Cool.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
We pulled up to a marina party, got out, did a little of that for a little bit, got back out.
Peed in the lake.
Yep. Batch time. Yeah, every girl that was there would be like, we're like getting back in, like, oh, I got to pee.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, yeah, me too. So everyone's jumping in to pee. Matter of fact, while we're docked in a cove, we're just floating on these floats, but like you're submerged, though, right? It's like you kind of put them under you. These kind of like U-shaped things that go like almost like seats in the water.
Oh, I know it. Yeah.
You're not on top of
I
the
know
water,
what
but
you're
you're under the
talking
water, right?
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, I'm like, ugh! A fish bit the crap out of my left nipple.
No.
It might have been a snapping turtle. I'm not sure. It hurt so bad. I am not exaggerating.
Yeah?
It still hurts today. And I think I was bleeding a little bit.
Oh, my
That's
God.
definitely possible.
that's pretty cool.
And my nipples stick out a little bit.
That's what I
Anyway,
was gonna say. That was like tempting, like yeah.
yeah, they do stick out a little bit. I don't know why. I always have. Even when I was in really good shape, they just stick out. My nipples.
They're always
Yeah.
erect.
They're a little bit erect. So it probably looked like, oh, that's a little delicious
Were you
morsel.
in the water?
Yeah, I was in the water.
Okay.
Without a shirt.
Did you just get in? When
Wow.
that happened?
I'd been in for like 10 minutes.
Okay.
Some people were like, oh, I felt a fish, or I felt this, I felt that. I'm like, and I typically don't like lake stuff, but it was hot, so I'm like, I'll get in. And it hurt like crap. And I'm like, guys, I'm not exaggerating. That really hurt. And some guys are like, I saw a snapping turtle a minute ago. I'm like, they could bite your fingers off.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or your dong off or whatever. And then 30 seconds later, bam, the right nipple. About bit my right nipple
Oh
off.
my gosh.
I had to climb in the boat, which is not very sexy. And I was like, oh, guys, I'm like holding my nipples. I'm covering my nipple. I'm like, oh, it hurts so
It
bad.
looks like
Everybody.
food.
Yeah.
And this just so you know, like when you're climbing up the boat, this thought goes through my brain all the time. And people are still in the water below you. They're just looking at your grundle from below.
Yes.
You know what I
And my
mean?
swimsuit always, this one in particular, always comes off. So
You're like hoisting your stuff up.
definitely half my
So
butt was
just
out.
out of context, you're parked at a marina on a slip.
Not at this point, we're just in a cove.
So you're not parked up. So
No.
you can't. Your boat's
We're
just kind of
anchored.
anchored.
We're anchored,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay,
But the
okay.
boat's moving. It's
Okay.
like kind of going in a
No,
circle.
I get you.
Yeah.
I was wondering where exactly this happened.
Yeah. So in this Blues Lake, but and I was like, oh my gosh, and I'm not kidding. Like I felt like a biznitch, but I'm like, it really hurts. Like it still hurts today, and it's been a couple days. And I got out and I put my shirt back on. I was like, I got to protect myself.
Sure.
So and I didn't want to be that guy, but I was like, I don't care. So I was in like the lake for the rest of the day with my shirt on, like covering my nipples the whole time. And then there's women in the the lake that have nipples, but they weren't exposed.
Right.
And so they were fine. Everyone else is fine. Some people got their fingers like kind of chewed on or whatever, but nothing hurt. It was so bad. Anyway,
I've
That's a
never
lot
had
of
that happen.
fish.
Yeah,
Yeah.
in the lake.
it was,
ever.
I think it was that one because we went to a different cove and it wasn't that way, but it's like a lot of fish. People, oh, there's a huge fish right behind you, and like legit.
Okay.
And
I
snapping
had
turtles.
it bite a mole before, but
It hurt, man.
It's where typically it was around like a dock or something like that where there's a lot of fish nibbling.
Yeah, I don't know because the cove, I have no idea.
Straight
I don't
for
know
your
anything
nipples.
about fishing or anything. So we got back in and we did the tubing and all that stuff, and then we're heading back. It's dark. I mean, it's dark, but we're about a tenth of a mile from where we need to go back to dock, and we're like, "What's going on?" And they're like, "I think we're out of gas." I'm like, "No, no, we're not run out of gas in the middle of the lake
at night."
At night, there's like no one out.
Did you not look at your gas gauge?
That's the thing, and the boat's very nice, but like when you're idling, it would show like maybe 1 bar of gas. Then when you drive, it would show you have half a tank the whole time you're driving.
Okay.
So when we're driving, or whatever you say in a boat, you're driving, it was saying like half a tank, but then it would just, but if you idle for a second, it would go like there's no gas. So we're like, how much gas do we have?
Well, when you're going, probably the gas is moving up and around the sides and hitting the sensor.
Maybe.
When you're not moving, you are not being able to get stuck.
I know.
With cars and boats. My God.
I know. Whether it has gas or not.
Electric or gas, it doesn't matter.
Boat, car, plane. Luckily, the plane didn't run out of gas, but I wasn't in charge of it. And so, we tried everything, and then it's like, no, we're out.
Oh,
we're
gosh.
out. So now we have all of our flashlights in the middle of the lake on our phones, waving them, and then hitting the horn like da 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 da, boom boom, And so we're drawing a lot of attention. Luckily, my friend Sal knows every person on Earth in that area, and he's like Bobby or whatever his name was. And the guy comes over on his pontoon boat. He's like, "Can you?" Whatever they say, tow us in, give us a tow. And he's like, "Yeah, sure." I'm like, "Do people know how to do this?" Like, "Oh yeah, if you have a boat, you know how to do it." And the guy's like, "Sure, I'll do it." But we drew the attention of the lake police.
Of
course. And then somebody's like, "The lake police are coming."
Now, let me ask you.
Get down.
Were you the only one not having a drink?
I was the only one that wasn't hammered.
Okay. What? And this, even the police are probably like, how did he do it?
Well, at this point, I was sitting in the back of the boat because we're just waiting. We're nothing. And then my friend Sal was behind. He was sitting at the captain's chair.
Oh, that's a horrible idea.
Well, we didn't know. And Sal, I love Sal to death, but he's verbose, sober, and he's super verbose and loud. Been drinking. So he's like, "Yeah, what's up, mother effer?" All the stuff to like, not to the police,
No,
but
thank
like,
God.
right, Sal, shut up. The police are coming. They're right behind. What? Like, and so throwing even more attention. And they came up. Yeah, where are they?
Show me your gun.
Shoot me. That's not a real gun. Go ahead, shoot me once.
Mine's bigger than yours.
And I'm like,
don't even hurt.
and everyone else had been drinking, right? And different levels of
So
coming
they're
down.
both, basically everybody you're with is
Shouldn't be
hammered.
Cannot be driving the boat.
Right.
Nobody
so
else
the
can be
only one that legally can be driving it.
It's me.
Yes.
Right. And I was, but not at this point. I was just sitting in the back. We're just waiting. And then they come up and they pull their hand. They grab the side of our boat and pull their boat right next to ours. I mean, they're like looking in with flashlights and everything. And they pointed to Sal, said, "Sir, you've been drinking." He goes, "Yes, I have." Like, he didn't try to lie to us.
Well, there's nothing wrong with it.
No. And he says, "Are you?" But he's sitting in the captain's chair.
Yeah.
He said, "Are you driving this boat?" And then immediately everyone like jumped at the same time. "He's sober. He never drinks ever. He's Mormon." I'm like, "They're like, is that true?" I'm like, "Yes, I don't drink, and I didn't drink." And they're like, "Have you been driving?" I'm like, "Yes, I'm driving the
Did
boat."
they give you a test or anything?
No.
Yeah.
No.
They just believed you. But probably because A and B comparison, everybody was probably completely messed up.
He looks lame and sober.
You should have a Mormon license where you could pull out this one. That's what I am.
That's me.
I don't drink.
I should charge people to be a DD.
You should. I don't know why you haven't
That's a
before.
great idea for
Yes.
a boat. You want me to come out your boat for $100?
No
For the
problem.
day?
Yeah.
I'm gonna start doing that.
You should.
You all can do anything you want.
That's the biggest problem. I was on a boat too. We're like, oh, then you can only have two.
Right.
And then maybe you can drive for, and it's like,
Yeah.
And I think people on our boat did extra because they knew I had it taken care of. They didn't have to worry
They
about
didn't
it.
have to take a turn.
And so, yes, they're like, "Sir, why are your nipples bleeding?" It's a long story. Can you put your shirt back on? Yes. And so they were like, "How many life jackets do you have on board?"
Yep.
So now we're like, "Oh, shoot. I know we're supposed to know
my
this."
gosh.
And so we're
and the boat is stuck right now.
it's stuck.
Do they know that you're out of gas? and
Yeah,
you're-
we said we ran out of gas. We're already connected to the other boat. They're waiting to tow us.
Okay.
So we're like, dang it! If we would have started to tow, we'd have got, I don't know, got away, but it would have been easier.
Yeah.
So doing the flashlights, and then they're saying, "Do you know where the fire extinguisher is?" I'm like, And then I think they're this close as to taking us in, to like arresting us or like coming on the boat, and I don't know what you do at that point because they said you're supposed to know where all the life jackets are.
Did you have enough?
We had enough.
Okay,
we had
yeah.
enough,
Yeah.
and we weren't wearing them. But
Aren't they typically under the seat, right?
yeah. And then
Yeah.
they were sure they might have been junior size, but it was dark.
Whatever.
They were definitely.
I've been losing weight. Haven't you heard my commercials?
Because when I did the tubing, I put it on, or when I put it on with my friend Sal, I was like, "Dude, you look like Chris Farley, the fat guy, little nose." It was like this. I mean, our arms up in the barely, but it worked when you fell in the water. I mean,
Yeah.
so it was good enough.
So it matters.
And then when we didn't know where the fire extinguisher was, they were like, "You're responsible for knowing where the stuff is," and da 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 da.
They were
da.
not playing around.
But it got so dark. They're like, "But since you're already connected, just get." He said, "Jared, are you going to drive the boat? Are you going to do the rest of the thing? Are you going to drive these people home?"
Mm-hmm.
I said, "Yes, I will."
Mm-hmm.
And they said, "All right, in that case, y'all can go." I'm like, "Oh my gosh!"
That's interesting that you say that, too, because I was on a boat, too, and I didn't really know a lot of boating rules.
I don't either.
I just knew that you're allowed to drink on the boat,
Yep.
but the driver is still... The driver, I think, can drink as long as they're under the
Legal limit?
Probably.
But you can't do that in a car, but you can do that on a boat. And same thing, you have to have the certain amount of... But I didn't know anything about a fire extinguisher either.
Yeah.
But I always look and find it ahead of time.
Yeah.
Well, and we knew the guy is, Scotty DeBody. He's a DJ around here. You've met him. His wife does cornhole. She's been on ESPN and stuff.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
I think-
They were getting married. That's whose boat it was. Anyway,
Yeah.
he told me all about it. But in the moment, I'm like, and it's a really nice boat and has all these compartments. I'm like, oh, where did he say it was?
Then all you
Yeah.
have to say is like, I know where it is, and you just keep looking and looking and looking. It just takes
I
me
know.
a long time to get there,
Yeah.
but I know where it is.
We're opening every compartment. No, I'm looking for snacks right now. Did you say this fire extinguisher? Hold on, let me get you a snack. You want something to drink? And so luckily,
Right.
they said you can go, and they towed us in, and then we got the boat back to a gas station and filled it up and all
So
that.
what was
Gosh.
it? Was it you said the police was it Guilford County Police Department?
I was trying. It was so dark, it had to be. Right?
Yeah, yeah. Usually it's like because when
It had
I
to
was
be.
in
Or
Virginia
maybe
Beach,
Rockingham. It could have been Rockingham.
Could have been.
Because I think that lake goes over both, but I think it's Guilford County.
okay.
I thought they were nice, but of course the people that had been drinking like they were being D-bags. I'm like, no, they
Yeah,
weren't.
they
They
weren't.
let us go. Who cares?
Exactly. And they're just trying to make it safe.
They're trying to be safe, and they were like, if we had our stuff together, yeah, here's life jackets, fire extinguisher, it would have been done, but it prolonged the possible
How many police were there?
2.
Okay.
I thought they were nice, but then again,
Well, you were sober, so
also
you
I
would
wasn't
know.
worried about getting arrested
Right.
either. I'm like, yeah, they've been drinking. I think that guy has weed over there. I think, and I'll switch on anyone on this
Did
list.
they search y'all?
They're about to get on our boat. I
Oh,
think.
wow.
If we didn't know, I think it was lighter in the day. They've been on our boat and be like, "What's going on?"
I did learn also, unlike a car, they can just pull you over for the heck of it
On a boat.
on a boat,
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
for a safety check. Just pull you over immediately and count the life preservers. They can just do it without any type of mistake or anything.
Mhm. And I mean, as much of a hassle as it can feel like in the moment, I'm glad they do.
yeah, I do too.
You know,
know.
because I feel unruly on the lake. You know,
It can be.
I know
It's
that there
like
are
the Wild
rules
Wild
and
West
stuff,
in
but
a way,
yeah,
and people seem to mind, but things can definitely happen.
in an instant.
I don't know. I feel like typically in a car, you're supposed to have some kind of reason to pull somebody over, right? And then it's just like they're gonna. It's almost to me like a slight infringement of rights. It does because it's like they're gonna tell. I'm just on the lake doing nothing, and then you can. And I'm for police too, by the way. But you could just pull me over and check on. It's like to me, it's like the communism.
I'd rather there be
that's
some
that
reason, but
communism
yeah.
mentality.
Yeah.
If you're doing something wrong, you're doing something dangerous, or you're not supposed. Your blinkers. I can see that, but just stopping somebody to me is. I don't know.
I can see it. What did the person say about the wildlife police?
They just had info on them.
Oh,
They didn't tell me anything.
We just lost them.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll say this. Obviously, I've been around people drinking before, but it's my whole life because I've been the one who doesn't drink unless I'm with my church friends. Then no one's drinking. But it was. I mean, is this common? It's like everyone was drinking, and then at a certain point in the day, it's like everyone got like real quiet.
Yes.
They went from being
Oh,
like
yeah.
a lot of fun to
Uh-huh.
like the most boring people on earth for about 30 minutes, and then they got like their second win.
There is a slump.
I'm like, is everyone
Yeah.
okay? You don't
There's-
got food
yeah,
poisoning? Why is
no.
everyone
Is
quiet?
it were they eating at that time?
No, they were just all kind of. You're in the sun all day.
Yep.
Oh,
You
They
do
did.
get
Oh, yeah.
tired. You get there's a slump, but then you rally and then you come back to life.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's normal. But the falling asleep or being asleep or whatever, no.
Yeah, there was
Yeah.
somebody that fell asleep on the boat. We're like, really? Like 2 hours. You're
No.
slept for like 2 hours.
Yeah,
I don't know
no.
if they were up all night the night before. I have no idea. I'm like, why are you sleeping?
Yeah.
We forgot this person was sleeping. We're like blowing up inner tubes like over their body. Just right there, even there.
Not normal.
You just see their legs hanging. Oh yeah, they're still on the boat. Forgot.
So when you did the social media post and you posted a photo of the lake on the boat and you said this day was epic, did that mean
You really like the word epic.
Well, I'm just wondering,
It
because
was.
coming from Jerry, I know what epic means probably in my life, but for you, does that mean because of the tubing and because of the police and because you were driving
Tubing.
the boat?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, it is normal.
And it was
Yeah.
like a $200,000. The boat was like super fast, like a wake boat.
No, I get it. I get
Yeah,
it.
yeah. We had a lot of fun.
We
had
had
nice
fun.
snacks.
Epic
Some-
fun.
It was good snacks.
What
We-
kind of snacks did you have on the boat? Because that's important.
everything you can imagine. Like there was like Oreos. There's
Okay. Chips,
every sort of chip you can imagine.
dips.
He made like Sal made like this fruit plate.
All right.
I mean, it had everything, way too much stuff.
Boat snacks are important.
We had more coolers than people, I think, on the boat.
That's true.
But my whole life, I'm used to being like the DD.
Yeah.
Now
Well,
I don't drink, and when you're with people that drink, it doesn't work out. That's why that designated driver thing, I don't think ever worked out. I see ads for it again, like I think they're trying to resurrect that idea, but it's kind of a flawed notion. It's like, hey, Bill, listen, we were wondering if you'd come out with us. Here's the idea. We want to go out and drink, and then we were hoping you'd come with us and not drink. How's that sound to you? We're going to go to a bunch of different bars and drink, and then you come with us and not drink. Also, we're not going to be driving. You're going to pick us up at our different houses, go to a bunch of bars, not drink while we drink, and then drive us all home. How's that sound to you? How's that catch you? I was like, I don't know. What's the catch? It sounds too good.